Namaskar, dear learners. Today we are going to discuss about energy management. This is a course from MSc Renewable Energy and Environment, MRW 004 Energy Management, and today we are going to discuss about the topic energy audit. As you all know that energy management is very important nowadays because we want to utilize the energy very efficiently and we want to convert this energy into useful form by minimizing the waste. So energy management is basically the smart use of energy or efficient use of energy. But if we are going to use energies efficiently, we have to account how much energy input we are getting and how much output we need. So basically supply and demand of energy should be known. Another thing that we need to know is that if we are going to efficiently utilize the energy, it means that we are going to minimize the waste. So what we have to do, we have to account all the energy sources that are available and how much energy we are getting from them, which we call as energy input, and then at the end what is the output that we are getting after conversion of that particular energy. Then in between there is some waste. So accountability of all the energy that is coming in or as an input or output, accountability of all these energy is known as the energy audit. So this is what we are going to learn today. So what is energy audit? It is basically a methodology. Okay, a methodology that is devised to account whatever energy input we have, how we are going to utilize it, and what output we are going to get from any energy using process or energy conversion process. So we can say that it is a technique to know that how much energy we need, why do we need this energy, and when do we use this energy or when we are going to use this energy, whether we have to store this energy for some time and then we are going to utilize it, or right now we are going to utilize the energy as and when we are receiving it. So this is what we have to get accounted for doing any energy audit. This is what we say that this is a data collection. Very often you will listen that for energy audit data is very important, we have to collect the data and all. So which kind of data we are going to collect? That from where we are taking energy, what is the energy source? Suppose I am taking energy from a fuel. So from where I am taking energy? From the fuel. And which kind of energy I am going to take? It is chemical energy. So basically I had to make an account of that how much fuel I had given, which fuel I had given, and if suppose whatever fuel is there, depending upon that I will calculate that how much energy input is there, because for every fuel calorific value is different. So if I am using 1 kg of biomass and 1 kg of petrol, 1 liter of petrol, then whatever energy I am getting will be different. Why? Because the calorific value of biomass is different, calorific value of petrol is different, calorific value of diesel will be different. So how much I am going to get, that I had to get accounted. Then when I am going to utilize this energy, that is to be counted. How I am going to utilize this energy, whether I am going for the direct combustion of the fuel and utilizing it directly, or I am involving some steps in which I will convert this fuel into some other form where the combustion will be efficient and the emissions will be less, or directly I am using it. So when I am using, how I am using, why I am using, and how much quantity is required, that is to be accounted there. Then I will account that how much energy I am getting as an output. So if we are talking about a diesel engine and suppose I am taking diesel fuel, then how much quantity of diesel fuel I am taking is the input, and how much kilometer I am going with that particular content or that particular mass of fuel, how much kilometers I am going or how much mileage I am getting. So from there I will calculate that how much energy output I get from this particular fuel. So in between it is always evident that I will not get 100% energy output at the end. So in between there are some losses, and when we will do this energy audit, we will know that how much loss is there, and according to that we will take out some measure that how we are going to minimize these wastes. When we do energy auditing, we get the opportunities to know that why and how much wastage of energy should be minimized there, and then we have an option to increase the or improve the energy efficiency. Then again we have a scope of the state of the art energy conservation equipments, which will allow us to conserve the energy, which we will save some of the energy that was wasted there. And then we have a scope for energy substitution also. What is energy substitution? Energy substitution is, suppose I am using fuel and I had to conserve that particular amount of fuel, so I can switch towards the battery, or I can switch towards the electric vehicles, or I can opt for a solar powered vehicle. So I had to switch over to the renewable energy sources, or the energy sources which are more likely to be available at that particular local area. So locally available fuels or locally available energy resources could be utilized there. Then if we talk about the definitions of energy conservation, then according to Energy Conservation Act, energy audit is defined as the verification, monitoring and analysis of use of energy. So verification, we are verifying that which energy sources we are using, monitoring that how efficiently we are utilizing energy, and then analysis. Analysis means accountability of input, output and wastage. So how we are going to do all these things. Then it also includes submission of technical report containing recommendations for improving energy efficiency with cost benefit analysis and an action plan to reduce energy consumption. It means that if I am switching over to a renewable energy source or some other energy source and I am replacing that particular source, then I had to give a cost benefit analysis also, because if I am substituting an energy source, then it should be beneficial also. Maybe at the starting capital cost is more, then I had to give that at what particular time I will get the payback. Suppose I am proposing to use solar energy, utilizing it for all the electrical equipments that are available in my house. Then I had to check it out that if I am substituting the electrical energy by solar energy, then whatever electricity bill I am getting nowadays and what I will be getting after solar energy. What is the cost of electricity now and what will be the cost of energy when I will switch for the solar energy. So I will compare both the cost and then I will see that if I am getting, suppose, benefit of 100 rupees by substituting to the solar energy and I am investing 1000 rupees for solar energy equipments, then at how much time I am going to get the payback, means my capital cost will be recovered. So if it is 1000 rupees and I am getting 100 rupees benefit, then it's obvious that within 10 months I will get the payback. We have to recommend that the cost benefit analysis also and what will be the payback period also. This we have to give with our recommendations if we are submitting an energy audit report. We can also say that efficiency of any system should be close to 100%. That is the efficient system. But it is not possible. Why it is not possible? Because there are some losses. So our motto is to minimize the energy waste that is available there. So basically, if we talk about the relationship between energy input, output and energy waste, so whatever output we are getting is input minus waste. And if we talk about the efficiency is always energy output by energy input. It is basically the ratio of whatever output we are getting and whatever energy input we are giving. So this is how we have to calculate the efficiency of any system. And for improving that efficiency, we have to do some work or we have to analyze a particular system. Now, when we do energy auditing, we focus on the reduction of the wastage so that the efficiency should be more. Here we talk about the specific energy consumption also. What is a specific energy consumption? Energy consumption per unit of any production is known as specific. Specific means per kg or whatever production we are getting. So it is the need of an hour. Why? Because we want to minimize the waste, and waste could be minimized, then only we can improve the efficiency. So we can see that if energy wastage or whatever we have said EW, if it is towards 0, then our efficiency will be towards 100. So if the losses are minimal, then we can say that our system or our energy conversion system is efficient one. So basically we have to do that whatever energy input we are getting, the same energy output we are getting. It could be done by reducing the energy conversion equipments also. If there are more number of energy conversion equipments, the losses will be more. If there are large number of stages, the losses will be more. So this is how we can reduce the wastage. Let us take an example. A system takes 100 units of energy and it converts only 80 units of energy into useful work. Then what will be the efficiency of the system? So here our energy input is 100 units, energy output is 80 units. Okay, so what will be the efficiency? Energy output upon energy input, that is 80 by 100, and it will be 80%. Or another method is energy output is equal to energy input minus loss. So it will be 1 minus 20 by 100, which will be again 80 by 100. So this is how we are going to calculate the efficiency. Now comes the energy management. So the main objective of energy management in any energy using process is to produce goods and provide services with the least cost, and the environmental effect will be also the least. So this term energy management has been defined in various ways. So basically 3 definitions of energy management are there. First is energy management may be thought of as a process of adopting judicious and effective use of energy to minimize cost and hence to maximize the profits. So for this what we have to do, we have to utilize the resources that are locally available. So we will get those resources at minimum cost. So we can minimize the cost there. So this is one of the definition for energy management. Another definition is it may be thought of as a strategy of adjusting and optimizing energy using systems and procedures so as to reduce energy requirements per unit of output. That is what we were talking about, to minimize the waste or to optimally utilize whatever energy input we are giving there. Then the third definition of energy management is we have to devise a mechanism to achieve and maintain optimum energy procurement and utilization. And depending upon these things, we have objectives. What are the objectives? First objective is to minimize energy cost and wastage without affecting the quality of the production or whatever end product we want. Then another is to minimize environmental effects. So if we are substituting for any new energy resource, we have to keep in our mind that it should be environmental friendly, it should be locally available, it should be economical also. Then we can manage energy efficiently and smartly. Then comes the principles of energy management. There are 5 principles of energy management to achieve these objectives, whatever we have discussed. First is we have to be sensitive to the market so that we can procure all the energy needed at the lowest possible price. So this may require you to explore the availability of energy in the market, and then you have to identify various sources that are available in the market, and then you have to choose the source that is more viable, more feasible, or its availability is more, its cost is less. Likewise that you have to make some permutation and combinations, and accordingly you have to choose a source, and we will call it as an original source. Then second option is the energy use facility should be operated at its maximum efficiency. If I am opting an option or I am making an energy conversion system, then I had to minimize the number of stages. So I have to choose an option that will be optimal one. I have to choose a system which will work on its full efficiency and the losses will be minimum there. Then the third option is all the energy, whatever energy I had there, as an input, I had to minimize the waste from there, or if there is some waste, I had to utilize it. It should be reusable. For example, when we talk about the boiler, what happens? Some of the heat is wasted as a flue gas. So what we do, we utilize that flue gas for heating water, and then we supply the reheated water to convert into the steam. So it takes less energy for production of the steam. So we have to be very careful for doing this. Another rule is to use the most appropriate energy efficient technology. We can, even in energy audit reports also, we can recommend for the technique which is more energy efficient. So here the guiding principle is that it should be low investment technology, so that we can get our payback period within some months or years. Okay, and again, the technology that we are recommending should be maintained at lower cost also. If the maintenance cost is very high, then also it will affect our payback period. So while calculating the payback period, I had given a very basic example that we are only counting for the capital cost. But when we generally do this energy audit, we take the maintenance cost, we take capital cost, we even consider the time value of money. Suppose I am going for the technology for which the payback period is more than 10 years, then obviously I had to account the inflation rate that is going there. I had to take out that what will be the salvage value. Then why do we need an energy audit? We have seen that there are many units consuming energy which is more than the energy that we get from the products. So why do we need an energy audit? It is just to make an account of the energy input and output that we are getting, by which we can see that how much losses are there and how we are going to minimize those losses. So let us consider an energy consuming establishment, and there are three major operating expenses there. One is material cost, second is labor cost, and third is the energy cost. And in most of the cases, the cost associated with energy are higher than the costs that are associated with the material and labor. And we could not reduce the cost of the material and labor because it is the cost that will be there. So we have to account only for the energy cost. So that's why we are focusing on the energy audit, and that's why the energy audit is required. So out of all the three costs that are associated with any production unit, we have to focus on the energy cost, and that's why we conduct energy audit. So this energy audit generally plays an important role in identifying the ways in which energy is used, and thereafter we determine the areas of energy wastage, and then we suggest that where is the scope of the improvement, either in the technology terms or by changing our habits or by changing the energy input or by changing the apparatus that we were using or by utilizing the waste that was there or reusing the heat etc. that was available there. So you can see that the energy audit is very important because it tells us that how we have to conserve the energy, how we have to convert the energy, and how we can go for the how and why we can go for the substitution of a new energy source. So energy audit can be conducted by an employee of the organization who has appropriate expertise, or we have to call a specialist energy auditing firm who should know about the technology that is involved in the production unit or in that particular organization, and he should know that how he can replace those technologies also. So generally in audit report, recommendation for the actions is also there, which will result in energy and cost savings. The report will also indicate the cost and savings for each recommended action and a priority order for implementation. So there should be some short-term measures, some long-term measures, and some medium-term measures. So first you have to short-term measures you have to do immediately. Long-term measures may take some time. So for long-term measures, you have to make a consensus with the management and top management also. Then there are two types of energy audit. Basically, the types of energy audit also depends upon the industry or functions of the industry, what is the potential of cost reduction, and which level of energy audit they want. On the basis of all these, the energy audit is classified as prelim energy audit and detailed energy audit. So in prelim energy audit, it is very simple and quick to perform. It uses only the data that is available and is conducted within 1 to 3 days. In this kind of energy audit, we only focus on the wastage area, and whatever the conservation measures we can opt, we just implement them quickly, and very less time is invested there, and money investment is also less there. And in detailed energy audit, we recommend for the substitution of energy resources as well. So this is how we go for the energy audit. Thank you very much.